Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be working in our ABC journals and we are on the letter G, okay? So the prototype I have is too big for my journal, so I will add this. I'll make something specific for my journals later, okay? And then I'll show you guys in some pictures later, okay? But so today I got this, and this is the letter G for a gift box. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make this gift box, and we're going to use some gold leaf right here, as you can see it, and so that also could be the letter G. And if you notice, my gift box opens up, and then you can tuck cards or put whatever you want inside there, and journal cards. I've kind of designed this so that it goes on the front or the back of the inside covers. So this is, see, on the back it's completely enclosed, so you can glue this whole thing straight onto your cover, the inside of your cover. And yeah, so I thought I would show you how to make this sliding gift box. Isn't it so cute? I just love this. I did have some issues with my alcohol ink spilled on here. So to make it look more harmonious, I spilled some more on this side. um, yeah, that was kind of a blooper, but it wasn't supposed to have that. But otherwise, it's like this. Okay. So let's get started, and I will show you how to make one of these for your journals. Okay, so here are some supplies you might want to have. You can do this however you want, okay, but you will need some cardstock. Okay, so I'm just going to use white on this one. I used black on the other, but today we're going to use white. You're going to need some kind of foil or a metal leaf. I got this at Hobby Lobby. I haven't opened this one yet, so I plan on using some that I already have here, little pieces and stuff. So I'm planning on using this in my journal, and instead of opening this brand new one, but it's here in case I need it. For the purpose of what I'm going to use the gold leaf for, you will need something sticky. I've tried this with glue and I didn't like the effect. So I went to Hobby Lobby and I was looking for double-sided foam. It's sticky on both sides. That's what I mean by double-sided. Double-sided sticky foam. And actually I only found where it was sticky on one side. So this project works for that, but yeah, kind of wish that I could have found this. It's called Silly Winks Sticky Back Sheets, and it was $1 for each sheet. So I got like 2 black and a white, I think. So for the pink gift box, I used black, but for this one, I'm going to use white. Okay, so you'll need something like this or something similar. You're also going to need some double-sided tape to make the lines for the gold foil on the gift box. Like I said, I tried it with glue, and I just did not like the results with glue at all. It was not consistent, but this tape really works, and the foam really works. Okay, so then I also have a ribbon that I created. I just made this for our box today. The other one was a pink ribbon. This one is more of a turquoise color. Here is the white foam, just like the black, and I used die cuts and just cut right through it. In fact, it was easier to cut this foam than it was paper. I don't know why, but it was so much easier to remove the little pieces inside. So yes, so this is sticky on the back. We'll be using that. And then I have die cutted a heart, just in the accent color that I'm going to plan on using. And I have some other miscellaneous bits in here. Again, this is the white foam, and with the sticky on the back paper on the back side. So yeah, we'll be using that. I don't want to take out these little tiny butterflies, but we'll be using those as well. So I'm going to stick all this back in here. These are just the accents pieces. You can use whatever you want to decorate. So let me set this aside and we'll get started. Okay, so when I created the other one with the black, I used a 12 by 12 black cardstock. I don't have white cardstock in 12 by 12, so I'm just going to use the typical 8.5 by 11. So the first cut is going to be, this is for a standard journal size that fits inside like a 5.5, excuse me, 5.5 by 8.5 journal. Okay, so I'm just going to cut my box at 5. Oh, this is for a 4 by 4 journal. Okay, I mean 4 by 4 gift box. So if you can alter the measurements for smaller or larger as you see fit for your journals. Okay, so I'm going to do a 5. I'm going to cut this at 5. I'm going to set this piece aside for later. So this is going to make the whole box actually. Okay, so I'm going to cut it. Excuse me, I have to open that up. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and score 1/2 inch on both sides of this long sheet. So I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch, rotate my paper, and score it again at 1/2 inch. Okay, then I'm going to cut it. Let me see. Okay, so I'm going to take, let's see, 2 inches. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to take 2. I'm going to take 3 3/4 of an inch off of this. Okay, and this will be the top of the gift box. So 3 3/4 is what I'm going to take off the top. Like I said, this will be the top. This is going to be our bottom of our gift box. You actually have to take a little bit more off of this. So this needs to be at 4.5. So I'm going to cut this in at 4.5. And that gives you this little piece right here. Okay. So we won't use that for right now. All right. Now I'm just going to score on our bottom piece here at 4.5. There we go. This is the whole bottom. So I'm just going to cut off the bottom edge like that with my angle cuts right across the X right there. Like that. And our bottom is now done. This is all we have to do for our bottom section right now. Our top section, though, we need to score this. Excuse me. We need to score this at 2 inches. Okay. And then we also, from the 2 inch mark, we need to score at 2 1/4. There we go. So there's 2 score lines right there, 2 inches and 2 1/4. And we are going to cut, before I do anything else, we are going to cut this whole section. Let me get a pencil so I can show you which areas. We don't want this one and this one, okay? We're going to cut those completely out. They're the shorter of the 3. Well, sort of the shorter. It's on this side. So we're just going to cut this straight out. That. Like that. Okay. Then we're also going to cut this flap right here. This flap, let me shade it so you guys can see it. We're going to cut that line. Okay. So we're only going to go up to the edge right there. See? We're just going to cut right up to the score line on both sides. Just like that. Okay. Then we are going to take this flap. I'm going to tuck those out of the way for right now. I'm just going to tuck them like that. We're going to put that and score this at the 1/4 mark, the 1/4. Okay, so that is now scored at the 1/4. We're going to flip it around and score this in at the 1/4, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and fold and fold. Okay. Now, I'm going to leave I am going to cut actually. Let's see, this is slightly larger than it was supposed to be. Okay, so I'm going to cut this at, trying to line it up. It was supposed to be at 1, but somehow I've messed up. So I'm just going to cut so that whenever this folds, it only folds to here. It doesn't have this excess at the bottom right here. Okay, so I am going to score it right there at the half and score it again at the half on this side. And I'm just going to cut that excess little flap off like that. There we go. If you get it a little bit too short, that's no problem. It'll still work just fine. Okay. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold here and fold here. And then fold here and fold down like that. So that it looks like this now. Okay. I'm going to move this out of the way now so we don't need it. Okay. So this is our box top. And I'll pull that back here in a minute. But yeah. So this is our, we're going to glue these little tabs down. So let me grab my glue. And we're going to put glue on the outside of that flap and the outside of this tab. We're going to call them tabs. This little tab over here. Oops, chasing down my needle. Let me find it. Okay. And we're going to stick it onto this, the back side of this piece. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of finagle it. I'm going to push them in. Okay. And put it, tuck it in there. Push it down like that. And tuck that side in too. Just like making a little box. Oops, something does not want to stay. Let me hold it there a second. Okay, that's good. Okay, now we are going to close this up, and we're going to add glue on these tabs, the outside tabs. Okay, so we're just going to run a bead of glue. You guys see, okay? We're going to run a bead of glue right down there and on this side, right inside there. There we go. And then we're just going to hold them. I like to sit it down in order to push down. There we go. That should hold well, but there we go. Okay. Yep, that box top is all done. Yeah, it's all done. Now we're going to fold this up. We're just going to fold this up. You might want something to crease these. I should have creased the box top a little bit better, but that's okay. It'll work. Okay. Just like that. Okay. So now this, and our box top is ready. See, just like that. Okay. Now we're going to take that extra piece that we had that I showed you here. Let's see. Is this tall enough? Let's see. Just gauging whether or not that's tall enough. That should be plenty tall. So I'm just going to use what I already have, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in. I'm just going to freehand it, but you guys can measure if you would like. Well, actually, I do need to measure this. I'm sorry. Let me measure I forgot what I was doing for a second. So sorry, I moved the camera. Okay, so I need this to be at an inch, okay? But I need the flaps to be 1/2 inch. So I'm going to mark one here. right there on that one. Okay, so, and then an inch right there, and then a 1/2 inch. I need to cut here. Okay, so actually I need to cut this off right there. There we go. Okay, and let's see. I need to turn it and cut off an inch on this side. Wait, that's not right. I'm so sorry. Wait, I got this wrong. Okay, so I need to take it right here at the dotted line. There. Now I got it right. Now take it at this dotted line and cut straight up. So this is what I was trying to make. And then we're just going to cut straight over to it and straight over to it. There we go. Just like that. So you're just making a T. Okay, so you just make a T shape. I wanted mine to be about an inch, which it's a little shy of an inch, but it's about almost an inch. I guess it's in between 7/8 and an inch, but so that'll work. Okay, so this actually goes on the back of this. This is going to get taped on here. So let me get on with the rest of it. Okay, so we need our journal page, right? So I am going to do that. Let's see, what did I tell you guys? 5.5, I think. So we're going to go, well, actually, if I just cut this in half, at 5.5, it should be already be the right height. There we go. So this is going to be our journal page. Now, I need to see about where to put the slit. So I'm going to put my, oh, maybe I should move, let me move this out of the way one more time so you guys can see easy. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to kind of eyeball where I want the slit to be. Let's see, and then this will be right on top of my, so I'm just going to put the slit right here, okay? And again, I'm just going to cut a 1-inch slit right there. I'm just going to use my cutter, and I'm just going to slide that up to where I can see, sorry about that, where I can see that, and I'm just going to try and eyeball, just cut a slit. It doesn't matter. I did, on the other one, I did measure it out, and it was like 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. So 2 1/4 and slide it over to 3 1/4. There we go. There's our slit. Just like that. I don't know what that is on there. Oh, that's where I'm being silly today. That's where I put my pencil mark. So if that pencil mark bothers you, just flip it over. Okay, and then I'm going to slide this in, making sure it fits. Okay, it just has to fit. There it goes. So, and see, it gets hung up on the back side so that your the top of your gift box doesn't come all the way out, but it will lift up. And you can make this to whatever height you want it to be. I might cut mine a little bit shorter here and make it slightly smaller. Okay, so this part's done. Oh, I'm not quite actually. Our leftover little bit that we had, I'm going to put back here to cover this slider. Okay, and I'm going to move this out of the way again, guys. I apologize. It's harder with white to show you guys. I'm going to use that tape. Where did I put my double-sided tape? Ah, there it is. Okay, I'm just going to grab some more. So I'm just going to grab some more double-sided tape, and I'm going to cut this first to be the right, it doesn't have to be that high. So I'm just going to mark it and then cut. There we go. I'm just going to use that little bit. So with this piece, you have to leave the opening. No glue or tape or anything right in the middle. You have to leave it completely open. Okay, so this is why I put this piece on, is so that whenever you glue that into your journal page, it's a lot sturdier. So I'm just applying the double-sided tape, leaving my middle section completely open. Okay. Now I will take that off. Sorry, I had to grab my tool here. Just pulling my tape down. It was slightly overhanging there. There we go. Okay, so I have all four sides, and I'm just going to eyeball it and lay it over top of that completely. There we go. Push down. It's all done. This side, make sure the side still slides. It does. Slides fairly easily. Yay. Okay, so we're done with that. We're going to be moving on to decorating. Okay, so now we're going to work on the decorating that. And we're going to take a piece of leftover cardstock here that we have, and we're going to cut this big piece. Okay, you kind of want a large piece for this project, or for this part, for the gold leafing. So we're going to cut it at 3 3/4. Okay, so make sure that it's going to be on the inside of our gift box, okay, that we have. So 3 3/4. All right, and then we need it to be, let's see, 2 by 4, I think it was, so 6 inches. So we need this to be at 6 inches. We're going to cut a little bit more off at the end, but for right now, we only need to deal with 6 inches. So there we go. We're just going to cut that. So we have this. Okay. And what I'm going to do now is take our double-sided tape. Okay. And I am going to apply it. What I did with the other is I measured, I'm just going to show you. I took it and laid it here, and I just measured 1/4 inch all the way along here, and then I put the tape every other 1/4 inch. Okay, so so here would be where I would put the tape, and then I would leave that space, and I would apply it right there to that one. Okay, so let's see, leave empty, apply here, leave empty, apply here. Leave that one empty and apply here, empty, apply here, empty, and apply here. Yeah, that's it, just like that. Okay, and so these little marks is exactly where I want to lay down my tape. You could go and mark them on the bottom so you can make sure they're absolutely perfect, but I don't deal in absolutes, so I'm just going to lay it down as best as I can. Just like that. We're just going to make lines on our piece of cardstock here, and it comes out so cute. I love this look. Okay, and oops, didn't have time to adjust that one before it stuck, so that's okay. And here we go. Okay, and 2 more. Sorry about this. My mat is all bubbly. I laid my jelly plate on it, and I don't know what happened, but after I lifted my jelly plate up, my silicone mat is now full of bubbles. So, and I have no idea how to get them back out. Okay, so we have applied all of our tape. I am going to cut the edges of these. It is not good on this one to fold your glue back over onto itself. It doesn't really work really well with the gold leafing. So I'm just going to cut these straight off with my wet scissors. These are my scissors for wet work. My wet work scissors. I'm getting stuck. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oops, got a little bit of paper on that one. All right, now the fun. Okay, we're going to pull this off. We're going to take all of these off. Wait, I got tape all over me. Okay, trying to get that off. Okay. Gosh, it's stuck. Good. Okay, that's still stuck. Okay, got it. All right, and we're going to just pull up each one of these. You could do them one at a time if you wanted, but to me it's easier and faster just to do them all at once. Okay. There you go. Okay, now we're going to grab our foil. Okay, so I'm just going to cut a piece of new foil here. Cut a piece off of my foil wrap. Let's see. I want to make sure I have plenty, so there we go. That should be great. That should be perfect. All right. Oops. No, tried to stick right. Okay, now we're going to put this down and we're just going to lay our foil straight over top of it, okay? Oops. Oh, no. Wait. Okay, wait. All right, well, gotta laugh, right? Oh, gosh, darn. Okay. It's okay. It's all right. We'll make this work for us. Okay, well, it's sticking. Parts of it are sticking, guys, so you just rub it. Now, I did find that if you use something a little harder than your hands, that it does stick better. So just go over those lines, and you can kind of see already where it's sticking. See, you can see where it's sticky and where it's not. I will have to come back and fix this side. Yeah, I have to come back and fix a lot of that side. Okay, so I'm just going to push that down, guys. And we're going to go ahead and peel this up. You can see where that's stuck on the wrong side. Oh, that's pretty too. Look, you can get all kinds of designs. All right, so we're just going to stick. The good thing about this foil is you can just re-stick it as many times as you need to get the foil off. So I still have plenty of foil left on here. So let's go ahead and put that down. Okay, I'm going to peel that up. There we go. And I'm just going to keep applying it until I get it all covered. Push it down. Oops, it's not wanting to stick there. Okay, so I could come back with a little bit of double-sided tape. That would be fine too. If I want to put more down, or I could apply a little bit of glue, which I don't like to do. I just did not like the glue effect. But this is just going to be a little bit grungier, I guess, because I really like. I could put a little bit of double-sided tape there. Let's go ahead and add a little bit. Just a little bit. It's a little bit too grungy for what I was looking for. So there we go. We'll just lay it right over top of that. This should work. I hope it works. Okay. And got one up here that's kind of not working. There we go. Got to fix them boo-boos. Okay. I'm just going to pull up my tape. Maybe. Okay. Got it. Okay. Hopefully that's the last time today that we actually have problems with that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the foil here first. Put it down here at the bottom. Trying to feel where that was. Yeah, that worked beautiful. Okay, Now we're going to do the same thing. Let's see, where's the, yeah, got plenty of foil here. Just going to put it down up here. You know, it might be interesting to keep these foil sheets because they create an interesting, oh, that worked great. Do that. They create like an interesting look. That would be kind of interesting just to throw that down on a grunge journal. It creates such an interesting dynamic. I wish I had something. I do have this card. See, isn't that interesting? I love finding interesting things. Yeah, that's interesting. So I'm going to keep my scraps. Just another thing to keep. I do have gold dust. So, okay, so now our stripes are done. Okay, and we are going to cut this. Remember I said we're going to cut it a little bit short of what we had. So let's see, the top was supposed to be 2 inches. So we need this one cut at 1 1/3. I mean, sorry, 1 3/4. So 1 3/4 for the top. And then we need to take off a little bit on the bottom here because it's at 4 and we need it to be 3 3/4. Ooh, that creates a nice little strip to use later in something. That's cute. Okay, so now we have this and this. And we're going to apply that to our bottom of our card and to our top. I'm just going to take some glue. I could use tape. I think I used tape on the other one, but this one I'm just going to use some glue real quick. Okay. Now, whenever you go to apply this, oops, I got all wonky. There we go. Try to line up your lines. So I try to match it up to make sure that my lines are going to match. But see, like that one, I needed to flip it over. I had it upside down. So now I know this way will match. Okay. Really don't need that much glue, guys. But okay. And again, I'm just going to kind of line it up to make sure that I have it in alignment. Like that. Yeah, that's cute. Okay, now we can go ahead and put this on our page here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in on first. Well, actually, I already got this one down. So last time I glued this one on first and then cut the slit, so I knew exactly where to put my topper. But since I didn't do that this time, I'm going to go ahead and cut a little bit off of right here. I just took like an inch off the top there because I just had so much. And I am going to apply some glue right here. And I'm going to put hopefully line it up in the middle. Can you guys see? It might be off screen. Here we go. Line it up and push down. And then whenever I slide it down, you have to be careful of glue going everywhere right here. You want to make sure that no glue like this is on your cardstock. See? So you want to make sure there's no glue there. So you might want to hold it for a minute. Just make sure that the glue is not seeping out everywhere. That's why I like to use double-sided tape so that I'm not having that issue. Okay, this is looking oops, I got glue on the side of my card there. Okay, so I'm just going to slide this down so I know where to put this. Okay, and this, I'm just going to slide it up inside this a little bit so that they kind of meet on the edges. All right, so I'm just going to put glue on the flaps. Glue. Again, I used double-sided tape on the other, so I didn't have this glue mess, but I'm in a hurry and impatient. Do have a glue mess going on. Okay. So I'm just going to slide that right up underneath and aligning it up where I want it. Just like that. Okay. Just kind of pushing that down. That looks great. I mean, it doesn't look great, but I kind of like the grungy look. Okay, and now my box top opens just like that. And then our pocket is created. Okay, now we're going to add the decorations that I have, okay? So I have the heart I was going to add. I have my butterfly. Let's see, I have my bow that I'm going to add, and a whole bunch of little things. So let's gold leaf a few of these things. That shouldn't be a problem this time. It should be a lot easier to apply the gold leaf. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to take a piece of gold leaf. I already did one butterfly for the other. I'm just going to peel the back. Oops, I only had it on the wrong side. I'm going to peel the sticky piece off so that this is sticky, and I'm just going to push the sticky straight onto the gold leaf like this. Just going to lay it right there. I'm going to flip it over and rub that with something. What was I going to, where's my tool? Ah, there it is. Sorry. There's my tool. I'm just going to run it over, and you can immediately see the butterfly. Can you guys see the butterfly popping out on the gold? Okay. It doesn't take but a second for this to work. There we go. Give this side a burnish too. And we're just going to peel it up as best we can. Ah, look at that. Isn't that stunning? Can you guys see that? Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so we got that done. Now we're going to add some, oh, I forgot my ring. I want to do my ring. Let's see, do I have any other pieces? Well, this bit. Okay, I'm going to have to cut another little piece, I guess. I don't have enough pieces here. Ah, okay, be careful laying it where I'm laying that. Just going to cut a little tiny piece off. There we go. And where did now I dropped the ring. Okay, so then we got our ring here. I'm going to peel the back off of it and just stick it down on there and do the same thing I did with the butterfly. Just going to take that over it so that it sticks really well. And burnish this side. Kind of flattening the foam out a little bit too while we're doing it. So that's a win. And there, we have another winner. Oh, I like that. Okay, so now we have a butterfly in the ring. And I wanted to do some of these little mini butterflies. Okay, so let's see if we can, I'm going to peel off the back. Stick that one down. Let's try to do a couple here. We'll just do them all at once. It's a little one. Let me see. I don't know if I can do that little one or not, but we'll try. Okay, I've got some medium ones here. Let's try those. Okay. Not sure, there's a hair. Got a hair there. Okay. I'm not sure how many of these I'm going to need, so that should be enough, but kind of like that little one. Let me see if I have a couple more of these little ones. Let's see if I can get it to, they work or not. Okay. Let's see, I got a couple more of those medium ones. Now remember, you're going to, oops, that one kind of went. That one went woohoo. Went woohoo. Okay. And one more small, tiny baby one. I can always come back and add more if I need to. Okay, so I'm going to flip that over and kind of burnish them a little bit. It's kind of hard with there being so little, but I'm just going to push them. Okay, now we're going to peel them off. Ah, now we got gold butterflies that want to stick to me. Let's try this little baby one and see what I get. Oh, yeah, that came out nicely. Oh, these are lovely, guys. I'm just pulling them up with my nails, so. Oh, that one's nice. Okay, and the last one. Okay, I'll put this off to the side. Now we'll go back to decorating. Okay, oops, I got trash and debris everywhere. All right, so we'll come back to that. All right, so you can also take your fancy scissors across both of these two pieces, and you can put a border on your box so that your box actually has a border right here. Okay, let's see. I wanted to add this here, so I need some glue. So I'm just going to put some glue on the ring. See, this is why I wanted the double-sided foam, because then it would already be sticky. But this will work too. So put the ring right there, and then I have this little piece, and I'm going to stick it right in the middle. It's just a round die cut. So I'm using way too much glue on all of this, but I'm just going to pop it right there in the middle. And I'm going to add one of these gold butterflies straight into it. Okay, that's way too much glue. Okay. Gosh, I'm seeping everywhere. I'm just going to, you guys see okay? Here, pop it right in the middle. Just like that. Okay, got glue everywhere. That's pretty. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue my heart down. On the other one, I took the Ranger watercolor. No, it's not watercolor. What is it? These are distress crayons. I took the, what is this? Tarnished brass. And it matches this foil perfectly, actually. And I went around the edges. So you could do that with, and add extra gold. That's what I did with the other one, but I'm not going to do that with this one. I'm just going to leave it plain. But you should definitely decorate these for your journal to make sure that each one is matched to your journal. Okay. And then I'm going to put my butterfly down. So I'm just going to put some glue on the back side of my butterfly. This is probably going to get messy. I used my art glitter glue for this last time, but I'm just going to, sorry about the shaking. Just going to put some glue down. It's probably going to seep everywhere. But there we go. That's good. Okay, I'm just going to lay this right on top, like so. There we go. That's looking great. But let's add some more. I got some hearts here, and I got some little hearts. So, oh my gosh, my fingers are so sticky. Hang on a second, guys. Okay, so I'm back, and we're going to add some of these hearts. I'm just going to grab my art glitter glue so I can stop making such a mess. Okay, so I'm just going to start putting some of these down. Just adding some glue. Try to be in frame here. Let's see, I seem to have lost some of my hearts. I do seem to have misplaced some of my hearts. I had a whole bunch of these punched out, and I don't know where they all went to. Oops, I did not want that way direction. Here we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to add some of the gold butterflies here and there. Oh, these are so cute. These little ones, I'm in love with them. They're so cute. Maybe I'm in love with them. If they stick, I'm in love with them. If not, they gotta go. Okay, just kind of eyeballing where to put these. Need some little ones here. Okay, these little ones are a pain. Everything wants to stick on me. Yeah, I can't see that. If they're on the gold, I can't see them. So I have to move that one. Let's see. Wish I had some more hearts. I like the hearts. I may have to cut another heart. I don't know. Stick. There we go. I think that one stuck to me, but okay. I don't have to put all these on there. So yeah, I think that's cute. I'm just going to leave it like that. If I had another heart, I'd add another heart. Okay, now we just need to add our bow, and we are done. I'm not sure where. Still looking for that other heart, guys. That's what I was doing. Still looking. Okay, so I'm just going to add my bow straight up on top of the box. That's where I put it. But you have to be very careful that this does not, that your top, the tape does not, the glue, excuse me, the glue does not stick everything down, because you don't want everything at this point to stick to itself. So try to raise this up as probably as far as it'll go, and then hold it up like this to put your bow on. Okay, so I'm just, oh, this one's not as flexible. I'm just gonna kind of pinch it there and hold it. It is fabric, so it does take me a minute. Okay, I think that's good. There's no glue seepage. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little bit on each one of these, because I don't like how thick they are. And then I'm going to take my scissors and curl them like that. Let's see, which direction does this go in? It's this way. It's not completely dry on there. I should have waited a second. Curl. There. Oops. I've got a little bit of curl. Oops. Should have curled it before I put them on there. Okay, and last curl. That should work. Okay. And it just should slide right back down into place. Okay, like that. I got fibers. There. What do you guys think? I like it. And this would just, oh, stuck one of the butterflies to it. Anyways, you glue this whole panel straight onto your page or onto your cover, wherever you would like it, and yeah, you're good to go. I got fibers everywhere. I'm so sorry, I'm so messy today. Okay, and so it just slides up. You stick whatever you want. Let me see if I have a, I just have a, it's probably best if I use a different colored card. Let me see. There's got to be something. Okay, here. There's a die cut that I had. Scrap die cut. And yeah, you just stick it in your pocket like that. See? Isn't that so cute? And it doesn't bother that at all. Just like that. I love it. Okay. So yeah, that's our gift box and our letter G. You can, I'll show them to you both. Sorry for the mess, guys. It's definitely a let's get messy one. And like this one has a berry trim. You could actually add some fabric right here if you want, or some lace, whatever you got in mind. So I love this. I love how each one of these looks. So I am so glad you guys joined me today, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.